Hello and welcome to the presentation of Hayava's Basketball Stats Pro app. This is version 4.25. When you start up the app, this is the screen that you will first see where you are able to manage your lineup, manage the other team's lineup, select whether you're playing by halves or quarters, also indicate the number that a bonus will trigger or double bonus will trigger. And on the lower half of the screen you will see the stats for the team, and that's for both teams, and it displays by the half or quarter and total for the game. So these are all the stats that display, and we'll come back to this in a second. We're going to go ahead now and manage our lineup. We had previously entered a lineup and we had named it Tigers B for our B team, and we have players 1 through 7. We also could, if we had previously saved another lineup, load it at this point or delete any previously saved lineups, that is. If we want to change this to be Barry and Larry to be Sam, we can then click on the Save As and enter the name of our team. We previously saved Tigers, so that's why that displays there in the drop down. But we're going to call this one Tigers B and click OK. And now that Tigers B has been saved. So we're going to quickly load Tigers and see the difference that Tigers is loaded. Now Joe and Larry are back in 1 through 7. Now we'll go back and load Tigers B, and Barry and Sam are displayed. At this point too, we can indicate any players that are actually in the game, and those will be moved up to the top of the lineup when we return to the entry screen, and we'll go ahead and do that now. So we can see here players 2, 3, and 5 are listed at the top, and I'm going to click on number 6 here real quick. But we see that 2, 3, and 5 are a bluish purple color. That indicates that they are in the game. The red color icon is the selected icon to receive a stat. Gray colored icons are the players that are on the bench. But at any point in time, we do not have to go to the team setup page. We can move a player off the bench and into the game by long clicking on them. In this case number 1, and now number 1's been moved up to the top, and he is in the game. If we want to remove player 3, long click on them, and he is placed on the bench and is now gray. Same for the other team. If we had created a lineup for them and they show up here, we can move them in and out of the game by long clicking on the icon. So one thing that we notice here near the top underneath the score, the Tigers B shows up as the name of our team, and Bears for the other team. The default for these is us and them, and depending on the size of your team name, it will start to wrap in this area, because on the phone screen size, the area is rather small, and we have about 7 characters or so to place in here before it starts to wrap. But again, you can change these names if you want to on the team setup page, or leave them as the default. Okay, to award a player a statistic, just select the player. In this case, number 1 is selected, and he shoots a 2-pointer and he makes it, and the score is incremented at the top, as well as the player's total points and field goal percentages are incremented or adjusted at the bottom. So we click on number 2. Number 2 misses a 3-pointer, misses a free throw, then makes a 3-pointer. His points are adjusted here at the bottom, and his field goal and 3-point percentages are adjusted as well. Now, if a player was in the game and we forgot to award him a point, he does not have to be placed back in the game to actually award him a statistic. We can just select player 3, and player 3 had an offensive rebound that we forgot to note earlier. Just select the player and award him the stat. Same for the other team. We can award them whatever stats we need to. And to make a correction, if we want to remove this defensive rebound here for the other team, we just change the plus sign to a negative sign here and click on that stat, and it will remove that entry. And we change it back to a plus sign, and we're now going forward again. Also down here in the right hand corner is timeouts taken. That is a team stat. So regardless of which player we have selected at the time, that stat is based on the team. So our team has taken one timeout. We click on the other team, and we show that they have no timeouts taken as of yet, but we can award them 2 timeouts. We go back to any member of our team, we see that our team has taken 1 timeout. Again, we can select number 6. It doesn't matter. As a team, we've taken now 2 timeouts, regardless of which player is selected. Okay, back on the team setup page, what we'll see is, depending on the method of entry we're doing, we're taking stats by halves. Our half and total game stats are reported by our team here on this screen. So as a team, for the half we have 5 points and 5 for the entire game. 2 timeouts taken, 1 offensive rebound, and the Bears have 1 offensive rebound. And our percentages are calculated at the bottom as well as a team. Clicking on the menu button will display options that are available to view additional stats. Like the view stats is to view the player statistics. It automatically generates an HTML page with all the player stats that are on the team. Here we see the name of the Tigers and the Bears, and the score is 5-5. We have our players from our team listed here, as well as any points and field goal percentages that are have been captured so far in the game. At the very bottom we see number 99, which is the other team member, or from the other team, and their information is also displayed on the HTML page. So that was by selecting the view stats. That same HTML document that was just displayed can be emailed via email by selecting this option here. If we want to produce a CSV file, which we then import into Excel, you click on this option here and it will be attached to your email. Send it to yourself and import it to produce like season averages. What we also have here is a settings page where we have 2 fields that can be renamed. Turnover and steal can be changed to any fields you want to change it to. Like for instance, turnover, we can change it to charge if we want to track charges. Now just a note here, it will affect the max prep output. Max prep selection, or the output that we produce as out of the app, tracks turnover and steals and produces that on the max prep's output. So if you intend to use those or this field as a charge, it's still going to indicate on the max prep output as turnover, so you would have to remove that before uploading your stats to max prep. So we see now here that our turnover button has been changed to charge, and if we can just at that point start awarding that stat as a charge. Other options on the menu, under more, we see that we can actually text a specific player stats to ourselves or to anyone else, and you do that by selecting an icon, a player icon, and then clicking on text that player, and that will put the information for that player in a text message, or you can also send it as an email. One other thing that we can do here is actually save the game. So at this point, if we wanted to save this game, we're just going to save it as test 1, click OK. Our game has been saved. So now if we go back to the menu, reset our game, we can reload test 1, and you will see here we have some previously saved other games, but we'll go ahead and load test 1, and we see our information has come back. Okay, one thing to note, when you do send yourself an email with the HTML attachment or the CSV attachment or the Max Prep attachment. If you send it via Gmail, it tends to strip off those attachments, so you may need to download an email client such as K9 Email, which is free on the Android market, or use Yahoo or Hotmail to send your attachments through. Again, we're just quickly showing the team information here. But that pretty much concludes the demonstration of this application. If you have any questions, please feel free to send us an email at info@hayava.com. Thank you for watching.